All right, people, so this is my third interview today, so forgive me for not being, well, don't forgive me, it's just Angie, Angela Power Disney. You can find my website, angelascashes.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Angela Power Disney, or my YouTube channels, Angela Power Disney or Angie Power Disney. And Colleen, my lovely friend, Colleen Black, where can people find you, Colleen, or your work?
Oh, www.cblackstudios.com. It's all one word.
Okay. All right. So we're friends, and we may just be doing a boys' discos and makeup connection. But every time I speak to Colleen, I'm like, oh my God, we should have recorded that. So we're recording this. So go ahead, Colleen, over to you. Just talk to me.
Okay, where to start? I don't know. It's been a whirlwind of a week. As you know, I'm going to school full-time at the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, and that's going amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful study into just about everything. Our connections to our emotions are in the centers in the brain, and it gets down to the physical measures, and all of the all of the so-called mysteries are sort of brought together into one atmosphere where we can openly discuss them amongst each other in a student fashion. These people are from all over the world, and they all have different interests. So we're bringing together this beautiful pool of people who have just the kindest hearts in the world that want to do something for the planet. So it's just an amazing class. I can't like recommend it enough. You know, like I go 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, so it's intense. But you can also take like short little. You can take whatever you want from it. Really, it's a total open forum, so it's really incredible. But we've been working with the tools that have been developed through the science, which are all earth-based tools. They're very, very safe, very effective, and we've been doing workshops to help people to learn how to use these, because these are tools to give us the confidence of who we really are inside. It's like being an artist and just learning how to draw. You know, so it's just putting everything together into a perspective that's can build your dreams, so that you're not afraid to take those steps into the unknown, because you're facing all the things that you need to face. So it's a really beautiful journey, because some of the elements that we work with connect your energies, like they connect your spirit to your your emotional level to your physical level. So you'll actually see healings, which was what Jesus was teaching back in the day, was how to use your heart to heal. And so it's just a beautiful, to me, it's just a work of art that I see like unfolding all around me. And it's a pleasure to be a part of it, Angie. It's just amazing. So a lot of that's been going on, and I had that plan, that heart of plasma plan. I don't know if I sent that to you or not. I'm not sure. But I've never put together a business plan in all my life. I take that back. I've sent in business proposals to a lot of cities for sculptures. And so I've worked a lot with them and learned a lot throughout my years. But most of my influence has been in the fine art world, like the gallery world. And so my mind's been left open, to just explore everything. And it's just been amazing, because I've just gone down that path and learned so much, and there's so much more to learn. But yeah, pertaining to life,
No, we're not even doing life. We're doing boys, discos, and makeup, which is why I'm still doing my makeup.
So all good.
So talk to me. No, because there's a serious side to this, because no matter what age we are, especially in this day and age of mind control and social engineering, you know, whatever, you're navigating the swamp, basically, to meet somebody, like, you know, God be with the days when the matchmakers would say, here's a good person for you to marry and be happy with. Nowadays, it's like we have no idea who we are dating. And, you know, even some cultures, you background check and you'll do all this, that, and the other. But to be honest, you still have no idea who you're dating. No,
you really don't. That's the fun part, you know, because I mean, you know, like I can go back and take so much away from so many of the relationships that I've been in.
Yeah, me too. We can always take the good stuff because that's in our nature, but let's just be really straight down the line about who we thought we were dating and what turned out.
Yeah. Well, you know, I just, as you well know, I have been doing a lot with my art to bring to light different natures of being, I guess is what you'd call it. I mean, it's just more of a story about life that we're all searching for. We all want to have that joy and that love and that freedom. And I could always find it inside these stories, inside these places where I would go, where I would feel confident. And then I traveled the world on a dream, you know, really. I never had any money. I just, you know, decided I was going to do it and found a way, you know, and that was it. And it just, it carried me through this amazing life, just this amazing life. I've done just some amazing things. I can't even believe, you know, some of the stuff. And everybody has, really. We've all had these beautiful adventures, and it boils down to an understanding of it all, which brings me to my latest adventure.
Not everybody. I remember being kind of confused, even around in my teenage years. I had some friends, and they were not stupid, but they just had a sort of simple outlook. So they, you know, grew up, went to school, fell in love, got married, had children, and they're still married. And they just, it was like, I used to think, how do they make it look so simple? How do they just like get married, have children, buy a house, go on vacation, you know, sometimes fight, but just live their lives? I never, that was always a mystery to me. It's like, how do they make to love and be loved? How do they make it look so straightforward?
Oh, geez, yeah, the monotony of it all. It doesn't seem like...
No, but to them, it's not even a monotonous. It's like, I used to think, well, ignorance really is bliss. Why can't I be ignorant?
I don't know. You know, like, I think it's a matter of...
It's not really funny because it hurts my heart. We shouldn't ask to be different than we are, but it hurts my heart because it should be the most basic human ability to love and be loved.
Yes, it really should be. It really, really should be. And it's been, you know, like this recent trip that I've been on. I don't even know, my life, I've just strived to learn things because I'm curious. I'm just this curious kid. And so I look into everything, and I've always had that nature to do that. So, but it's gotten me.
It hurts. It hurt. Tell me about the hurt stuff. Let's start with that. Let's keep it real, because we can always interpret it and say, oh, well, you know, I learned a lesson and, you know, it made me greater and stronger. But let's keep it real. Tell me tell me what happened.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
No, sorry. I do it myself.
Whole thing, because I would never want to harm, you know, anyone. And
yeah, I know. So we kind of compensate, but I think it helps people if we're honest about when shit happens.
Yeah. So it's a little bit. I was dating someone that I met on Match.com.
Wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, we met on Match.com, and at first it was just a strange relationship. I mean, he seemed to be this secret agent man, you know, like he was just really interesting and cool, and he was really good looking too, you know, and it just had blue eyes and just stunning, kind of real stunning looking. So I fell hook, line, and sinker, you know. And then one time in his car, we were out talking, and he was talking about the Phantom of the Opera, and he just got into all this romantic interlude, and I think we talked for like 5 hours, and that just, I don't know, it just showed me a side of his humanity that I thought was just beautiful. That was almost the only time I really saw it, Angie. But it's enough to, you know, like sometimes it's just enough to hook us, just enough to say, oh, I can get that back. That's a beautiful side of you. You know, like I see that side of you, even though you're doing things that I'm not sure about. So anyway, we were dating for quite a while. He was in charge of Homeland Security for the western half of the United States at the time. He's moved up in position. I'm not sure exactly where he
What year was this?
This was 2012, maybe 2013.
Wow, so recent.
Yeah. So anyway, we would talk about political issues, and I had never really gotten into any political issues. I honestly just avoided it because I just thought it was BS. It just made me sick. So when he started talking, he would talk about how the whole entire planet, if we just spread the wealth out, it, you know, like from the richest all the way to the poorest, it would make everyone, you know, it would make everyone get a certain amount of money that would be able to help them out of whatever situation they were in. And he was talking about all this stuff, and it just made me think, wow, he's on the right side. He's really, really working for. And then he would talk about how there were situations going on within his own factions that were.
Did you say he worked for Homeland Security? We don't have to say his name, but it's fine. So it's not about throwing him under the bus. I just want to go in.
Not at all. I don't want to do that.
No, that's fine. So he worked for Homeland Security?
Yes.
Okay. And he was in charge of the western part of the United States, and he still is?
Yeah. Well, I think he's a little higher than that now. I'm pretty sure. So, I'm not sure exactly where on the ladder that is. I don't know. Okay. No, I wanted to get to know him. I really didn't, you know, like I.
Yeah. I get it. You're not a social climber. I know that.
I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't after him for his position or anything like that.
Yeah, I believe that.
His heart was in the right place, and I knew that he was doing his best. I thought, well, he's working for our country. That's beautiful. You know, it was really sexy. So, on top of that, so anyway, it just, you know, it continued, but it was this really strange relationship. Like, I never got to see him. I would get random texts, you know, like it just kind of faded off into this. I would hear from him every once in a while, and, you know, like I would keep on texting him and wouldn't hear from him for a while, and it faded into this, you know, like I dumped him a few times, and because I was just sick of it. And then, you know, I dated somebody else when I was dating them. all I could think about was him. So I thought, this is dumb. I can't do this to this guy. So as soon as I started thinking about him, really, I broke up with the guy that I was with because I don't find that fair.
Yeah, no, I agree. I left a guy once because I thought about somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah. It's just it's just the law of taking care of each other as when you get into a relationship with somebody, you don't.
I know, and it's like they say, it's weird, but this thing about I'm not going to be preachy, but there's a scripture that says if you lust after somebody, even in your thoughts, it's as if you've committed adultery in your heart. So I can remember leaving a guy because I thought about somebody else. I thought, oh my God, I've cheated on him. And I hadn't cheated on him, but like I felt like I had. So I just thought, okay, that's no good. That's doomed, you know?
Yeah, I've gotten the same feelings, and it's I like to follow him now as far as just but the thing that I like to do is just have a conversation about it, because those thoughts can come up every once in a while, or something can present itself, and you can have feelings for somebody, and it can be.
Let's get down and like as if we're girlfriends on the couch. So when you met him from Match.com and you dated him for a while, do you mind me asking, did you get intimate before you started thinking, why aren't we seeing each other very often, or I love him, or whatever? Did you get intimate?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so there's a soul tie right there. There's a soul tie. So then you get intimate, and then he doesn't return the texts very often, and then he's always busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of same old stuff, but at first
we're children of the 70s and 60s. Like that's normal. That's not a bad. That's just what we thought was normal.
Yeah, you're supposed to do the game thing. I never got that. That was so stupid. You're supposed to wait not to those Cosmo magazines and all that crap that they used to fill them with.
Yeah, so if you wear your heart on your sleeve, yeah, so if you wear your heart on your sleeve and you really like somebody, you kind of go there. So I'm not judging you at all. I'm just saying, that's a soul tie. I only know this with hindsight, is that's a soul tie. So then sometimes with guys, they can go, oh, well, and with girls, it's like, oh, my heart. So there's no closure. So keep talking. So you dated for a while and you got close, and then he's Mr. Elusive.
Yeah, Mr. Elusive. And so, I broke up with him a few times and things. And then, anyway, this last time I thought, well, I can't take, I wasn't meeting anybody around here anywhere with us. I lost, there was no spark or something, and it just, there's no sparks anywhere, and I just was lonely. I don't know how to put it, Angie. I mean, out of what
I totally get it
said to me, I caught that one-time spark thing, and I just wanted to hold on to it, and it's just so rare.
Yeah.
It just caught me. So anyway, I went on, this went on for a long time, and he would talk about marriage and talk about moving to Vegas and talk about all these different things.
Right. Why Vegas? Where did he live? Where did you live?
He lived up in an hour or so more north of me.
Well, that's not too far.
No, but he would never come down and see me. I always had to drive to him, and then I never got any presents. Never. No Valentine's Day cards, nothing of any significance. I think he paid for my gas once because he felt bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, just, and I sent him things. I sent him letters. I sent him all kinds of little gifts to his office. Just, I don't know. Anyway, it just, I kept him. It was strange because, you know, like I kind of knew in my heart, my family kept making jokes about him and saying that he was a ghost. And I guess they kind of had him pegged, but I don't want to peg him right now because I really don't understand the truth.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, I came back from a plasma retreat that we did, and there was a lot going on there about relationships. And I actually felt a spark there. So I immediately came home and thought, uh-oh, you know, I can feel the spark, and this spark is bigger, you know, and it was way bigger, way bigger. So it just sparked the last spark. So I had to end it. And it was easy because he never communicated anyway. He never did anything.
Yeah, tell me the last time you saw.
And I never even heard anything from him.
Yeah, tell me the last time you saw him.
About a month ago.
Okay.
But he hasn't talked to me since.
Okay, so it was very sporadic, but you went off to do a retreat to do with work, and you met someone, so then you did the right thing, and you said to him, look, I met somebody and there's a spark, so I don't hear from you, so I'm going to go with this.
I don't even think I've worded it that much of anything. I pretty much just said this is over and you don't need to contact me anymore. I was done. I just thought, you know, like, this is stupid. Why am I hanging on to this guy?
Yeah, because 2012, there's a book called The Rules, and it's pretty cool. And it's got all sorts of things like that we should know, you know, that probably are not part of our culture. But it says things like, you know, you give it this much time, and if you're not, you know, if it hasn't progressed, you cut him loose, you know.
Yeah.
So from 2012, that's like 5 years, and the guy's still just seeing you once a month or something and whatever. So, you know, it's a good thing that's happened. It's probably painful, but it's a good thing. So anyway, so you contact.
As I thought.
So you contact him. You contact him and you say, right, forget it. This is stupid. It's over.
Yeah, and I haven't heard from him, so it's all good. In my book, you know, I don't care. So anyway, it just, I just thought, I cried a little bit. It wasn't that easy. I don't want to make it sound like that because I have feelings for him, and I always will. You know, I always love him for who I saw.
Yeah.
But I saw so many other things that just were red flags to me now, because I understand a lot more about what's going on in our surroundings, and I just think it's just strange stuff. So
Do you want to talk about that without naming him?
Well, you know, nowadays anybody that has any kind of admiration for the Clintons and has affiliations with them and has been doing things with them, you know, like you kind of have to have a red flag about that.
Yeah.
And he was consistently very, he admired the Clintons the entire time that we were in a relationship. And even up until, you know, like I wanted to talk to him the last day about all of that. But his son came in and interrupted us. And I had to leave because it seemed like his son was very upset about something. So I just thought, well, family affairs come first, and I left. So, you know, it was strange stuff, Angie. It was just like, you know, like all of the things that we're finding out that are the fake news, like what's his face, the one that, oh geez, he does the big guy. It does the films, the fake films. Oh, God, I can't remember his name right now. It'll come to me maybe.
Okay.
But he did one on health. He's running around doing a bunch of protesting right now. done a bunch of documentaries, just a bunch of documentaries. But, you know, he's just one of the ones that you just...
You're not talking about Alex Jones?
No, not Alex Jones. I love Alex Jones. No, the one that did all the documentaries on...
Oh,
like,
Al Gore.
Well, Al Gore's one of them, but, you know, like, he's one of those guys. He's one of those sticky ones.
Okay, well, let me know if you remember.
I cannot think of his name. What is it? He's real famous for all those alternative films and stuff. But he's a very big guy. Round, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I can picture him.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so there's this big guy that does movies.
Yeah, so he was pointing me to a lot of his films, which I thought were controversial, and I thought, wow, you know, he's on these tracks and doing all these things, and you know, like, and then, you know, like the places that he worked were, you know, on the borders and all the places that were finding out where children were abducted from. So they raised questions in my mind. But you know, I just don't know. I don't know where he was with things. And my hope, really, because of all the knowledge that I held, and I held this for a long time, I didn't even tell him because I was so scared. I didn't know if it would affect his life, if he was just one of the puppets, you know, if he had no clue and he was just going along with the game just so that he would get a paycheck, because it just seemed like there was a carrot held in front of him all the time. He was always on the phone. He was always working. But, you know, then I got this email the other day from a lady. It was yesterday, who claimed to be one of his girlfriends. And she hired a private eye, and I don't know how many of us she found, but apparently there was a lot of them. I don't know if a lot of them means that there were 4, you know, which 4 is not a lot in the past 5 years. I broke up with him a couple of times. She only dated him for, you know, so it could just be something like that. But anyway, the big point of it was she had a painting of mine that he had tried to give to a thrift store that I'd given to him. And it just like broke me. Because, you know, you just kind of realize that somebody's kind of a pig once they do something like that. But that's just something I would never do. I would never do that. I don't even think I have an ex that's not a friend. You know, like I think everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of staying friends with exes. I know a lot of people do it, but you know what? They're exes for a reason. They're exes for a reason. So this woman sounds pretty decent. So she contacts you and she said, right, I'm one of his harem. And, you know, I hired a private investigator on him. And by the way, did you know that gift you gave him, he tried to give to a thrift store?
Yeah. So that's the news that I have so far.
So what else did she tell you?
Well, she said she had some letters from a couple other girls. I asked her how many women she found, and she didn't answer that yet.
Okay.
So, could only be a couple other girls, in which, you know, the timelines get add up, and he may just be jumping from relationship to relationship.
No, but do you hear how your mind is already excusing him?
Well, I know it is.
You've already started. Let me just say this, just from the girlfriend thing. You've already started a narrative. Oh, well, we were on a break. Oh, well, it has been 5 years. Oh, well, it might only be 3 others or 4 others. Your mind has already started a process of exonerating him.
Not necessarily exonerating him, but definitely, you know,
rationalizing.
Trying to speak both sides of the story so that I don't not so they don't convict him of anything that he possibly.
No, I do too. I always try and think the best of people, and I probably go too far along that spectrum. So,
Maybe.
yeah.
Oh, I have. I definitely have. I've passed things by, you know, like, and just gone, oh, it's okay, you know, but you know what it's been, Angie? It's not really been a dumb thing, like, oh, I'm not going to really look at that, because I've looked into it, you know, like, I remember going into it and just crying and thinking, if that's a possibility, how can I work through that? You know, like, can I make it happen anyway? Can I fix it? Can I help them? Can I do something about this? And I swear it's just like that. And you go in there and you go, oh yeah, you know, even if it's the worst thing, you know, we could work it out. Oh, and then you're just stuck in this misery trying to help one person.
Yeah.
One person.
Yeah.
When you meet the right person, you can help them all. You're not stuck in one position, because I'm finding that. I'm finding that.
I keep getting reminded. There was somebody gave a teaching. It was kind of like a Scientology type thing. I've never been involved with Scientology, but I was involved with EST, which was similar, but there was some good stuff in it. And one of the top saleswomen said, the way I have top sales is, if I get a no, I move on. And she said it's as simple as that. She said, like, I can have 100 contacts, but the secret of my success is the minute I get a red flag, no, this is not working, I don't flog it to death, I don't analyze it, I don't try and fix it, I move on.
Absolutely. I firmly agree in that. You know, that I've had that problem so many times, so many freaking
we
times.
stay for decades and try and fix people.
Well, no. Here's where it happens. I've come up in business. You know, I come across with a business plan or something like that. I have a sculpture idea. I have this, I have that, you know, and I bring across this, what I think is a beautiful plan. The person involved with the plan reads a little bit too much into it and basically thinks that they can get in a relationship with me. And then, you know, like, you kind of figure it out. You get those little feelings, you know, and you just, I've said no, and then have them completely blow everything to pieces. I'm not doing it then, you know, and just walk away from something so beautiful.
I know. That used to torture me in my younger years. I used to think I'd rather somebody dump me than keep putting me in the position where I have to say no. You know, I used to find that agony. It's like, I told you. And I remember I went on a business trip with a guy once, and then of course it all went wrong, because it wasn't a business trip at all in his mind. In his mind, he just wanted to have his way. And then I went to our mutual general manager and I said, look, I've got myself in a bit of a mess here. And he said, oh, what did you expect? And I'm like, but I told him there was not any attraction. I told him this was not a personal relationship. I told him, and my general manager was like, well, you still shouldn't have gone. You still shouldn't, you know. He kind of made it feel like my fault, even though I'd laid my cards out. I said, I'm not interested. You're a married man. You know, I'm not interested. But yes, if we have a business venture, yes, I'm willing to work with you. But he didn't honor that, you know. And then our boss made me feel like it was my fault for not realizing, you know.
Yeah.
Happens, yeah.
Oh. It happens way too much. It happens way too much to women. I think that's why we're so, you know, there's all this anger going on out there.
Yeah.
Just together and just put our ideas to work. We got so many great ideas, so many great things to help fix the world. And if we just pull together and say, you know, stop your darn fighting.
It's not even, it's almost like that chemistry thing. It's almost like the boundaries thing.
Yeah, the definite boundaries. Just
and
no.
I suppose similarly, according to this book called The Rules, which my daughter showed me and is wonderful. We should judge by people's actions. So if this guy is saying, oh, you know, maybe we'll get married and we've got so much in common, and I love talking to you, I love being with you, but he's only getting in touch once a month, then I guess we should pay attention to the actions and just say, you know what, you know, this isn't working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So many times that crossed my mind. You know, like I said, I broke it off. But it just was kind of this thing where I thought, well, you know, maybe it's just because it's so important. There's so many really crazy things going on in the world right now, and that made him sexy again, you know, because he was out there fighting for the world causes, and I just thought, oh, wow. This is cool.
But you hear about guys like that, and they're bigamists. It's like, darling, I have to go on a really top secret mission. Oh, yeah, that's to see your wife and 5 children.
Little did I know, you know? God. I should have had a clue in the beginning. He had a painting done that I did for his wife, ex-wife. I did a painting for her because it was their birthday, and he had 3 sons, and they wanted to do this. They loved this painting because it kind of looked like her. So I ordered a print of it, and then just did a little bit of repainting on it and did a really, really nice job, and just, you know, like wished her well the whole time. And she was, she sounded like she was a nice lady, and she was the mother of his children. And, you know, I just wanted to do her a nice painting. So I did a lot of really good work on it, and gave it to him, and it was worth quite a bit. I think everything went well in that situation, but then I gave him this other one as a gift. It's just a gift. And, you know, to find out that he could have been hurt. He could have been mad at me because I broke up with him. So I don't know. But still, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I would give that painting back. I would make sure that you know, it's a matter of principle. So as soon as you kind of see that principle, I'm not going to deal with that.
Maybe the only gift right there is that he hurt you where your heart is, because you put your heart into your work.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it took for you to go, ouch.
Yeah. Because if people get to know me, they know that I put everything into everything I do.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of what exactly it is, but when I really give something, I give my all. You know, so yeah. I'm not messing around with just small stuff here.
I know there's another, I'm not meaning to kind of keep referring back to self-help books, but I've tried to rescue myself. It seems like most of my life, it's either been men that are crazy about me that I have no interest in, or I'm crazy about somebody who's not, you know, bringing enough to the table. And one of the books I read as well was Women Who Love Too Much.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting book.
Yeah. I'm going to just stop recording and restart recording, because at the moment I've only got software to record 40 minutes at a time. So I'll just press stop and then I'll start again.
Okay, sounds good.